Hello, River Bluff Gators. My name is Miss Huggins, and I will be your teacher on record for your virtual classes that you will be taking through River Bluff High School. I want to take a little time to introduce you to Edgenuity and help you to become familiar with how this learning platform will work. I think that you will find it is very user-friendly, and I think that you'll really find that it offers you a good platform as well as some great content for your classes. Obviously, first things first, the URL is here at the top, as you can see right here, and it's edgenuity.com. That's edgenuity.com. And as you see the screen, this is kind of their home screen, and so what you want to do is come over here to the top right and click on Login. And as you click on Login, it's going to give you two options, and you have students and educators, and obviously you all will be choosing students. As you choose student, you're going to type in your username that has been given to you, and as you type in your username, I'm going to type in my test student username that I've created just to kind of show you how this will work. But as you type that in, you just want to make sure you have all the right information with both your login as well as your password. When you first log in, this will bring you to what Edgenuity calls the lobby. So this is kind of your entrance into the platform. There's a lot going on here for you to notice. First of all of the courses that you're taking will be listed under here. You can see I'm enrolled as my test student in really two classes. Yours will have Lexington One High School, and whether it's economics, government, world history, psychology, whatever class that you're taking. Some of you are taking more than one class, so you will see a list here for you to choose from. If you're only taking one, then there will only be one listed for you. Couple of other things, we're on the communications tab right now, so you'll have communications both from Edgenuity but also from me if there is an announcement that I need to make sure that you know. For whatever reason, it will come here. You'll also see you can click on my course info and let me make sure I'm in the right one. So I need to make sure I'm in the right one, clicking on Lexington One High School. So you can see I've already been playing around with it. You can see this tells you where you are in terms of the course completion. If you are red, that means you're a little bit behind schedule, and we want to make sure that you're staying on target or ahead in terms of our anticipation for when you will complete the course. So blue means you're on target, green means you're ahead. So you can see right now I'm on target and I'm where I need to be. This shows you your overall grade. Obviously 50% is not where we want to be for our grade. We want to make sure it's staying up here as well in the blue and the green areas. And this region will tell you where you are in terms of your current lesson and what your next activity is. Before we leave the lobby, probably one of the most important buttons that you have is the organizer button. I'm going to click on that and just show you. Again, this kind of shows you your announcements. You have a reports button, a communications button, and then a resources button. Your reports button gives you the option to look at your scores and your feedback, progress, assignment calendar, things that are due, and then your e-notes. And I'll explain e-notes a little bit more in a minute. But your scores and your feedback, this is really where you can see what you have in terms of your grades and what you've turned in. And it gives you the opportunity to see that what's counted, what's not counted, so your summative and your formative assessments, what your scores are, and how many attempts you've made on it. It will also show you what date you submitted this. When I give you feedback, that feedback will be in this column. Okay. Your progress report just simply shows you your grade. So that's really kind of the simplified version in terms of just what your grade is and kind of where you stand. Communications, you can have a chat log, so it'll record when you need to chat with me. You can certainly email through this. Collaboration Corner gives you the opportunity to collaborate with some other students that may be online, so questions that you have will be there. Resources is probably going to be one of the most important buttons that you have, specifically the orientation and how to. This is where you want to come. This will really give you a very detailed orientation of Edgenuity specifically. If you need more assistance than what you get here today, this is really where you want to come to. Student Manual will show you some hard copies and PDF versions of things that you are seeing there. So as you go through, you can see table of contents, the different types of lessons, the assignments, the notes, the glossary, and how you can use those to really help your learning. And so this is really a place that you can go to really to get all the information that you need. Okay, when you hit this power button, it'll bring you back to the lobby. And again, you always want to make sure that you're in the right class. Now I can click next activity and go to the quiz, which is my next activity, but I'm going to click on course map, and that's going to take me to the course map. What the course map shows you is everything that is required of you for this class. So we are in economics. You can see we're in the first unit. You can see it's divided into 4 sections, and then you can come down and see all of the things that are going to get covered throughout this course, and then ultimately, obviously, your final exam. Within each subsection, you can see that currently I'm in scarcity and the factors of production. You have vocabulary, direct instruction, online content, journal activity, and quiz. And you can see I've already completed these 4 activities, and so my next activity is the quiz. I do want to take you through these just real briefly so that you can see what the platform looks like. So your first thing will be vocabulary, and you can see these are the vocabulary terms for this specific unit. And so what you'll do, it says type the word. So my first word is need, so you'll type that, and then you can hit play. And so once you have typed that word and played that definition and the usage, you can click on want. And again, you'll just kind of go through, oops, try that again. You can just go through and hear the word, hear the definition. Once you get through all of that, you can click on next activity. Now again, a very important button that you have an option here is that plus sign. That's going to bring out your student assistance tab. You have eNotes, you have glossary, and you have transcript. There's no transcript for this area, but for the eNotes, this is really important because it will record everything that you type. Okay, the glossary obviously is going to be a list of all of the words that we need to know for this specific unit. So this is a really important section for you to use, and I'll explain more in the direct instruction. Once you get through all of these, again, you can click on next activity, and that'll take us to the direct instruction part. The direct instruction is a video, and the video will play, and I'll show you kind of how that works in a minute, but the video will play, and as the video is playing, they will have kind of the PowerPoint here, and then you'll see the teacher speaking here. Okay, and you'll just hit play. So you'll hear her talk, and you'll see the objectives and things come up. What I want to show you, and I'll kind of scoot to an area where you can really take some notes, is when you can use these eNotes. So as she is talking and as she is giving you information, what's going to be important for you to do is to use the eNotes. The eNotes will be there for you to use and to see. You can save them so that they will remain there. You can see I've already typed some over here, just kind of to show you. So again, you can play it. Okay, so as she was talking, I took notes on labor. If you get a job, you devote effort, and you'll get money for that. I save it, and it comes up here, and it stays in my eNote. So this is really something that you're going to find pretty useful. Again, once you get done with the direct instruction, you can go on to your next activity. In this case, the next activity is online content. They have two sites that they want you to look at, and as you're going through the questions, they'll tell you which site to read and to refer to in order to answer the questions. So the first question, theoretically, what would happen if a nation had an unlimited supply of a certain resource, and why? So site 1 is where I need to go. So here I go to site 1, and it'll bring up site 1, and you can go through and you can read. So this is really kind of, if you think about it in terms of maybe like your textbook, in terms of giving you that additional background knowledge that you may need in order to complete the assignment. So once you've read through, and if you have found your information that you need, you can type it in. So I typed in just a little something. There are several unintended consequences that may result from the situation first, and then you can go through and explain. You can scroll down, and there's a couple of other questions. You can see this one refers to site 2, as does your last question. When you get done, there will be a button down here that says save or that says submitted. Now I click submitted, so you can see down here that it says submitted. If you're not ready and you're not sure you want to turn it in yet, just click the save button. It will save your answers, and then you can come back later. Okay? Once you submit it, it will come to me and I will see that it's there. The last activity that we have here is a journal prompt. Explain the difference between a service and a good, and I just typed a little something here. You will have the same options, save or submit. And again, you can click the save and come back to it later, or you can click submit if you think you're ready and send it on in. The last item we have for this section is the quiz. Once you begin, you will not be able to go back to any other part in any of the other sections, but what you will notice that you have 2 attempts remaining after this one. The other thing is that you'll notice here is that you have your e-notes. Okay, so here's our first question. When you're ready, you can hit submit. You'll also notice that it will time you out. Anytime you need to go back, again, don't go back out of the quiz while you're in it, because that will submit your answers. But anytime you need to go back, you can click that home button and it will bring you back to your lobby area. Okay, or this is actually the course map. It'll bring you back to the course map. Okay. If you have any questions about Edgenuity, or if you have any questions about the platform itself, and especially the content, certainly come and speak with me if you need to. And especially if you start to get behind, you will receive an email from me that will just kind of check in on you and to make sure that you're moving along. Again, if you have any questions, you can come by and see me. I am in A201 is where my teacher workstation is in the Collaborative Commons in between A and B wing. My email is mhuggins@lexington1.net, so you can reach me in either of those 2 ways. Thank you so much, and I look forward to learning with you on our online platform of Edgenuity.